But first,
cone flip.
This week on the Vic Myers Show, I find myself in a ghost town called Ballarat. My favorite place to be, off-grid, out of range, in the middle of nowhere. There it is, the old Ballarat jail and morgue. Interestingly enough, I got to spend Halloween in there with some friends about 6 years ago. We came out here to celebrate Halloween, and they let us stay in the morgue in jail. That may not sound very enticing to you, but we had a great time. Ballarat is located in the Panamint Mountain Range and below the infamous Barker Ranch. The last known location and the location where they found Charles Manson and the family. The rumor is this truck behind me is the truck one of those Manson family members used to escape the Barker Ranch and come down here, but ultimately being caught by the G-men. The main draw is this here Underground Overland event. I heard about this Underground Overland event on Facebook, and I figured there might be some weird folks like me who love ghost towns and out-of-the-way places, and well, certainly getting off grid. That's the real beauty about being out here. I'm not on this phone unless I'm recording myself, so I'm gonna get back to having a good time with all the folks and see if we can't bring some of that entertainment to you. Woke up this morning and I had a couple neighbors join me last night. I saw this car, it looked a lot like mine. People have been coming to this valley in various ways for many years. You have your typical Toyotas. That's what you call arriving in style right there, huh? An airplane. And this mega beast. Even a car like my mom's made the trek. Well, if you know me at all, or you've been following the channel, you know I love the mountains, I love trees. Two favorite places are Mono County and Humboldt County. But I love the desert too. My entire family loves the desert. In fact, my mom's half of the family lives in the desert. We'll be visiting them for Thanksgiving. So let's take a moment to get up close and personal with the desert. Let's find out some things that I find about it in general appealing, and just some of the more interesting parts of Ballarat. Stay tuned. But first, let me show you how I was entertained while I was stopped at one of the many road closures here in Death Valley. Steve, thanks for making my night a lot better.
All right,
Stopped here at a closed road in Death Valley. My man Steve has been keeping me entertained with his cone flip. Perfect, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. That just about made my night. I appreciate you, Steve.
All right, no problem.
Just a forewarning for anybody traveling through Death Valley right now. A lot of roads are closed. So if they're not closed entirely, there's pilot cars and a bit of a delay. So be aware of that when you're coming this way. My plan this weekend is just to explore around the town here, give you some of the history, maybe meet the folks running it. It's changed hands since I first came here, when Rock was running the place, and I understand his sister Anita has recently passed, so my condolences to the family and anybody who might have known Anita. She was a fun lady. That's about all I need to say. If you know who I'm talking about, you know what I mean. We're gonna miss Anita around here, but nonetheless, there's still a lot to tell you, a lot to show you.
Ballarat, 3.5 miles east of this point lies Ballarat, established in 1897 as a mining camp and supply center for the gold and silver mines located on the western slope of the Panamint Mountains. It was named after a well-known gold-producing area in Australia, boasting a population of nearly 500 people. It had a Wells Fargo station, post office, school, jail, morgue, 3 hotels, and 7 saloons. Sounds about right. When the Ratcliffe mine suspended operations in 1905, Ballarat began to rapidly decline. After the post office closed in September of 1917, Ballarat became an official ghost town. Dedicated October 13th, 2001 by Death Valley 49ers Incorporated and the Slim Princess Chapter 395 in cooperation with Billy Holcomb Chapter 1069 of E. Clampus Vitus. And what say the brethren? Satisfactory. That fits perfectly.
They're all coming in from their daytime adventures.
Mapper extraordinaire. All the maps we have is because of Lee.
Last night was a lot of fun.
Gordon. Alaska Gordon.
We had a raffle.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
They built something to burn. Not sure what that was all about, but kind of a little bit of a pyro myself, so I'm down to burn something whenever it's not going to damage anything.
Starved, I think.
It will. Oh, it's warmer than it was a minute ago.
I think we have enough coals.
You're wrong. Watch. Be patient.
Kind of wrap things up and let you know I had a great time. Highly recommend if you're into exploring the desert, climbing, caving, off-roading, just the various ways you can get out, experience, and immerse yourself in the desert, as well as taking away a little bit of history, because there's a whole lot of history and culture lost, forgotten, or just laying around out here in the desert. You won't believe how many places, how many pockets you can find. In fact, I went to Panamint City with some friends. Of course, SJ was there leading the charge as always. A few years back, there's an infamous video about it where I get sick. So if you want to go look up the Wonder Hussy channel and find the Panamint City hike, you can watch me suffer through an excruciating hike, but very rewarding. Might have been an excruciating hike, but it was very rewarding at the end when I got to see all those ruins, the natural springs running. We even stayed in an old miner's cabin. So again, it's really easy to look at the desert and just see vast bleakness. Until you get up close and personal, you just don't know. And if it isn't for you, so be it. Just here to have a good time, document it, and share it with you. So, when you're out there on the road, keep it between the lines. Look out for Smokey, because he's looking out for you. And as always, thank you for allowing me to entertain you. Presumably.